Welcome to another lecture. Topics that we are discussing today are active and passive voices of all the continuous and perfect tenses. Previously, we have done passive voice of indefinite tenses. A quick recap today. Voice is that form of a verb which shows whether the subject does something or has something done to it. Examples. Number 1. He paints the house. It's active voice sentence as the subject has done something here. Number 2. The house is painted by him. It is passive voice as something has done to the subject. Let's quickly revise steps of conversion. Number 1. We switch subject to object and object to subject. Number 2. We use be form of the tense along with the past participle, which is third form of verb. And number 3, by preposition is used before writing the subject at the end. We are already familiar with the pronoun conversion when converting active to passive. So, according to that, we convert they into them, he into him, she into her, we into us. You, it, and name remain the same. Let's focus on structure for better understanding. Present continuous tense, affirmatives. Structure of the active sentence. Subject plus is or am or are plus present participle, that is fourth form of verb, plus object. Example, they are buying this house. Structure of the passive sentence. Object plus is, am, are plus being plus past participle, which is third form of verb, plus by and plus subject. Let's convert the same sentence. This house is being bought by them. Structure of the affirmatives, past continuous tense. Instead of is, am, are in active sentence, now we use was and were. Let's see. Subject plus was or were plus present participle, that is fourth form of verb again, and plus object. Let's see an example. She was teaching all the siblings. Passive structure. Object plus was or were plus being plus past participle, third form of verb, plus by, and at the end, subject. Let's convert the same sentence. All the siblings were being taught by her. We change the helping verb as now our subject is plural. Then we use third form of teach, that is taught, and then object pronoun her after preposition by. Structure of negative sentences. Let's start from present continuous tense. In negative sentences, both active and passive, we just have to add not in the sentence after the helping verb. Have a look at the example quickly. Active structure. Subject plus is, am, are plus not plus present participle plus object. Example, they are not playing football. With the addition of not, passive structure is object plus is, am, are plus not plus being plus past participle plus by plus subject. Let's convert the same sentence. Football is not being played by them. Now the structure of the negative sentences of past continuous tense. Just with the addition of not, rest of the structure is the same. Let's see. Subject plus was or were plus not plus present participle plus object. Example, David was not watching a movie. With the addition of not, passive structure is object plus was or were plus not plus being plus past participle and plus by and then subject. A movie was not being watched by David. In interrogatives, we put helping verbs in the beginning in active and passive both sentences and place a question mark at the end. Let's check structures and examples of both the tenses, present and then past. Is, am, are plus subject plus present participle plus object. Example, am I writing articles? Passive structure. Is, am, are plus object plus being plus past participle plus by plus subject. We have converted the same sentence and it becomes are articles being written by me. Past continuous interrogatives, active structure again. Was over plus subject plus present participle plus object. Example, was Jack learning Spanish? Was over plus object plus being plus past participle plus by plus subject. The same sentence, passive voices, was Spanish being learned by Jack? Now let's use comparison as a tool to understand the concept clearly. A comparison of affirmative sentences of all continuous tenses. Present continuous, active voice, now I am ironing new clothes. Passive voice, now new clothes are being ironed by me. Past continuous, he was drawing a picture. Passive voice, a picture was being drawn by him. Future continuous, the servant will be dusting the room. There is no passive voice of future continuous. Usually adverbs are placed after verbs, but if it is a phrase, at the end. Time adverbs may come in the beginning or at the end as well. Negative sentences. Present continuous tense. Now I am not ironing new clothes. Active voice. Now new clothes are not being ironed by me. That is passive voice. Past continuous tense. He was not drawing a picture. A picture was not being drawn by him. Future continuous. The servant will not be dusting the room. And there is no passive voice of future continuous. Interrogatives. Present continuous tense. Am I ironing new clothes? Active voice. And are new clothes being ironed by me? Passive voice. Past continuous tense. Active voices. Was he drawing a picture? Passive voice. Was a picture being drawn by him? Future continuous. Will the servant be dusting the room? And then there is no passive voice of future continuous interrogatives. Perfect tenses. The perfect form is the verb tense used to indicate a completed or perfected action or condition. Verbs can appear in any one of three perfect tenses: present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect. Let's get started. Structure of the active voice. We have already read that in the active voice, it is subject who does something to the object. So, other than the subject and object, the other changes are as follows. In present perfect, has or have plus past participle, that is third form of verb, is used. For example, he has done his homework. In past perfect, we use third form of verb with had. Example, he had done his homework. In future tense, we use shall have and will have with past participle, third form of verb. For example, he will have done his homework. As far as the structure of the passive sentence is concerned, it is the object on which the action is done. Apart from switching subject and object, we add been in passives of all perfect tenses. For example, has or have been plus past participle, the sentence becomes tea has been taken by John. In past perfect, with the addition of been, it becomes tea had been taken by John. And in the future perfect tense, with will or shall have been plus third form of verb, The tea will have been taken by John. For better understanding of the perfect tenses, let's compare their active and passive voices. Affirmatives. Active voice versus passive voice. David has beaten the dog. It's present perfect. Now what is the passive? After switching subject to object and object to subject, it becomes the dog has been beaten by David. Next one, they had gained everything, past perfect sentence. The passive voices, everything had been gained by them. It's past perfect. The singer will have sung the song well in the concert, future perfect tense, and the song will have been sung well by the singer in the concert, passive or future perfect. Let's compare negative sentences. Active voice versus passive voice. Active sentence. Just with the addition of not in the affirmatives, the sentence becomes David has not beaten the dog, present perfect, negative. And after switching object to subject, it becomes the dog has not been beaten by David. They had not gained everything, past perfect, active sentence, and everything had not been gained by them, passive voice of past perfect. The singer will not have sung the song well in the concert, future perfect, active sentence. The song will not have been sung well by the singer in the concert, passive voice of future perfect. Interrogatives. We take out helping verbs in the beginning. Let's compare active voices and passive voices of the perfect tenses. Has David beaten the dog? It's present perfect. Had they gained everything? Past perfect. Will the singer have sung the song well in the concert? Future perfect. Let's see their passive voices. Has the dog been beaten by David? Present perfect. Had everything been gained by them? Past perfect. Will the song have been sung well by the singer in the concert? Future perfect. Hope you have understood all the active and passive voices of continuous and perfect tenses. That's all for today. Allah Hafiz.